name's Mike England, and this is the second show of Miracles Happen with One Good Thought. Last week we were talking about the law of attraction and how you can begin to create the life that you want. How you can begin to change your life, to bring the things that you want into your life. We talked about beliefs and how to bridge beliefs, and there were actually techniques that were given in last week's show which hopefully some of you will have applied and already begun to see results from. What I'd like to do this week is to extend on that information, to give you more information on how you can be more specific, how you can begin to get what you want in your life. And the first thing is to look at why people want the things they want. Why does anyone want a new car, or new clothes, or a new house, or more money, or love? Why does anybody want anything? A fantastic holiday. They want these things because they feel they will feel good in the having of them. They think they will feel good by having that new car. They think they will feel good by having that new house, by having that money. And so they allow their emotional states to be dictated to by things they are observing. Now the thing I want you to hear, the thing I want you to be aware of, is that by creating those emotional states first, the things that you want will begin to flow into your life effortlessly and with ease. If you're waiting for those things to come to feel good, waiting from a place of impatience, waiting from a place of lack, waiting from a place of frustration, those things can't get to you. They can't get near you. You have to encompass the feeling that you want when that thing arrives. So if it's that new car, if it's that new house, or if it's that abundance, you have to just create a feeling within you of what that abundance would feel like. Whether it's freedom, whether it's the ability to go to the shops and just buy what you want, whether it's that feeling of exhilaration or excitement, whatever that feeling evokes within you, that feeling of having more money, that's the emotional state that needs to be practiced. And as that's practiced consistently, then the things that you want begin to flow. Opportunities begin to arrive into your life. You meet people, synchronicities occur, all sorts of different and many opportunities and many different ways can arrive, can exist, can be presented to you, where the things that you want can flow into your life. And this is the reason I place so much emphasis on feeling good. This is the reason I place so much emphasis on doing things that allow you to capture that wonderful emotion that allows you to feel good, that allows you to feel the ease of your body, that allows you to feel relief. Now, the thing that trips people up is what I like to call the mirrors. And I did touch on this briefly last week. The mirrors of life. Basically, what I talk about is as you're observing life, as you're observing the people around you, as you're observing your situation, whether it's a job you're not liking, or whether you're unemployed, or whether it's people that are annoying you, those are all like mirrors, all reflecting things at you. Things at you that create comfort or discomfort. So if it's a job that you hate, that you get up every morning and you absolutely hate it and it doesn't pay you enough and you feel you're not being respected, as you observe that, it begins to create an emotional state within you. And that emotional state will become the dominant vibration as to what comes into your experience. And what many people don't realise, that as they observe something, they activate that vibration, which then attracts more of it. So they begin to observe it even more. So when people think that things are not actually changing, they are. They're just changing into the same things every day. So it appears that nothing's actually changing. Because you get what your dominant emotional state is. Because your dominant emotional state is what maintains your vibration. And by making little shifts, not major shifts, just little shifts in small areas of your life, you can begin to adjust your emotions, adjust your vibration. And just with small shifts, you can begin to actually move in the direction of where you want to go. You begin to see openings, you begin to see opportunities that can allow those situations that have been annoying you or been frustrating you, or have created discomfort within you, to begin to change. As I've mentioned previously, I work with many clients in adjusting their mindsets, adjusting their thought processes to allow them to live the lives that they want. And on many occasions, the transformations have been absolutely incredible, just by shifting a mindset. Because when you shift your mindset, your perceptions begin to change, and as your perceptions change, your vibration changes, which allows you then to perceive things differently out in the physical world, out in this world around us, the holographic world, the world of, and I would say, physical thought. So, what can you begin to do? How can you begin to soothe those feelings? Well, let's just say you're with someone, first of all, who's making you feel very uncomfortable, someone who's annoying, someone who moans and groans at you, someone who chunters at you, someone who makes you angry. As you allow that anger to rise within you, you're going to get more of that. So the very first step is to actually just take a step back for a start. Just ask yourself the question, do I want more of this? Do I want more of this person being angry or creating this discomfort within me? And if the answer to that question is no, then step back. Just step back. And actually begin to think about it in a different way. Now, some of you may find the idea of what I'm about to say next very uncomfortable, but as you begin to practice it, you'll find how powerful it is. So what I'd like you to do is to begin by thinking about that person in a different way. So, think about that person in a way where you can actually feel that actually they don't mean what they say. Maybe they've had a bad day. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they feel rejected. Begin to create an empathy with that person and allow that to build within you so that you can actually find a place where you can forgive that person within you that's creating that discomfort. You're not truly forgiving the person. What you're doing is soothing and forgiving the part of you that has allowed that experience to be attracted into your life. So as you begin to forgive, and forgive genuinely from the heart, so for instance, saying to yourself many conversations through the day, just enjoy the ease of your body. Just enjoy feeling relief. That person means nothing to me. The words are irrelevant. I shouldn't allow them to affect me. Why should that person be allowed to affect my blood pressure? Why should that person be allowed to create an emotional state in me that can affect my family when I go home? Maybe it's time I just let this one go. Maybe it's time I just turn the other cheek. Maybe it's time I just walked away. I don't need to use any words. I don't even need to justify a response. Maybe it's time to just think about this in a completely new way. Maybe that individual that's created that discomfort is suffering from their own crises, suffering from their own discomforts. Maybe they're feeling quite isolated. Maybe they're feeling quite insecure, which is the reason that they're creating these problems. And as you begin to have conversations with yourself over a period of time, just even as little as a few days, you begin to notice differences. You may begin to find that that person's different for you at certain periods. You may find that that person begins to change their interaction with you. You may begin to notice that that person has actually moved to a different position or a different office. But as you begin to soothe yourself, as you begin to create comfort where discomfort existed about that situation, you will begin to shift that vibrational frequency out of your life. And as you do, the reality around you will shift to match that vibration. A famous person, Albert Einstein, once said that everything is energy, and all that energy is at a certain frequency. So if you want to get something different, you have to match the frequency of what you want to get. And you can do this by changing your emotional states. And that's what I'm talking about, and you can do this with any subject. If it's money, if you're constantly worrying about where the next payment's coming from for the next bill, if you're constantly worried about how you're going to pay this bill, if you're constantly worried about whether there's enough money to feed the children, it creates an immense pressure upon you, an immense feeling of discomfort. And there's nothing you can do about it anyway. So, wouldn't it be better to just begin to soothe yourself? Begin to feel a little bit better about it. Begin to talk yourself into a better feeling place. And as you begin to do this, you'll find that situations will begin to move for you. So you could say, well, I've got these bills piling up. I've not got enough money in to pay these bills. There's nothing I can do about it. But there is. You've got a choice. You can continue to feel the discomfort and the discord that's created, or you can begin to find a better feeling state. That's your choice, no one else's. And as you begin to find that better feeling state, you'll begin to see that doors begin to magically open. Money begins to flow in different ways. So what can you do? Well, most people have this inner dialogue going on. It's like a voice inside their head, like a Jekyll and Hyde. One part saying there's not enough money, the other part saying, oh my God, you know, what we're going to do, we're going to have to do something else. And it's like this inner dialogue going on, and it's all sorts of different situations. And usually this inner dialogue is usually focused on the worst scenario, the worst situation. So you can begin to change that inner dialogue. You can begin to talk different stories to yourself. You can begin to talk different phrases within your own thoughts. And this is where I utilise affirmations with people, because affirmations are an effective, really powerful way of being allow you to create a new emotional state. So what sort of affirmations could you use in the situation whereby money is difficult for you, money's quite tight at the moment? Well, the first thing is to create a comfort in your body. Rather than highlighting exactly what you want straight away and saying, well, I want more money and I want to focus on money coming, which could create more discomfort because there's no money there, why not start by being a bit general? So maybe just start by saying words to yourself like, just enjoy feeling ease within the body. It's really enjoyable just to allow the body to rest. It's really enjoyable to allow the mind to be clear. It's really enjoyable to just allow peacefulness to flow through my thoughts. It's really good to just feel the relief of this situation, to just let go of the discomfort right now. There's nothing else I need to do. All I need to do is to create that ease, to just enjoy this moment when I can experience clarity. And as you continue to talk to yourself like that, as you begin to create this ease within your body, it's almost like you'll feel it beginning to flow through your body. You'll begin to feel the release of tension from your body. And then when you begin to feel that, maybe you could carry on with that inner dialogue. Well, there's many people who've been in this position I've been in. Many people who've been in difficult situations with paying bills, and they seem to do okay. There's many people out there that are running successful businesses in this climate, and they're doing okay. What's the difference between one and the other? Well, maybe that difference is one's optimistic and one's pessimistic. So as you begin to think like this, as you begin to think in a way that soothes you, in a way that creates ease within you, you begin to create a shift within your emotional state. So as you continue with that conversation, now I'm enjoying the ease of my body, now I'm enjoying the peacefulness within my thoughts, now I'm enjoying my body just resting so completely. Just think about all the money that's in the world. There's probably more money in the world than there was yesterday. There's probably billions more money in the world than there was yesterday. And what is money anyway? It's a piece of paper or a digit on a computer, and that money's flowing between banks every single day. Millions are made every single day, billions are made every single day. In fact, there's so much money flowing through tills, flowing through supermarket tills, flowing through shop tills. In fact, the world is a complete awash of money. Money is just flowing from every part of this world. And what determines where that money goes? Well, it's about the value that you place on you. The value that you place on you. By you feeling that you deserve that money. By you accepting that you can attract more abundance into your life. That you can feel that abundance. There's a river of abundance that's ready to flow into your life. You just have to let it. You just have to release all the tensions and all the discomforts that are associated with that feeling of not having enough. You need to get off that track of not having enough. You need to basically ignore the reality that's happening right now and focus more on your internal mechanisms. Focus more on the emotional state that you want to encompass. Focus more on the money that can flow easily and readily into your life. Focus more on the freedom that will come from that. What would it feel like? Just think about this. What would it feel like to actually go out into the world and buy the things you want? What would it feel like to just be free, to be financially free, to go anywhere, to do anything, to be anything that you want to be? What would it feel like to go down to the showroom and buy a brand new car and just pull the money out your pocket? What would it feel like to just have that feeling? Well, that feeling starts with a wonderful feeling of relief. The relief of letting it all go, the relief of thinking about money and feeling good, the relief of thinking about money and just trusting that it's flowing, the relief that knowing that that money is irrelevant anyway, and it's about the value that you place upon yourself. Because why do people give money? They give money because they value something, whether it's an individual or whether it's a person or whether it's a product or the person that's created that product. So when you look at it, money's there as a measure of the value that you give. And you are valued. Every one of us are valued. Every one of us has abilities. Every one of us has the ability to think. Every one of us is valued by someone. But what I want you to begin to do is to begin to value yourself. To begin to create thoughts and feelings within you that soothe you. That allow you to recognise how important you are. And as you do this, the universe will show you in numerous ways, in amazing, incredible ways. So begin right now to tell a different story for yourself. Begin right now to soothe yourself with the words. And you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to make those shifts immediately. You just start in small steps. Just start, as I said, by using those. When you use affirmations, when you create your inner dialogue, start by using the words I enjoy, I love, it's great. I love it when there's money available to me. I enjoy the freedom of having money in my pocket. It's great to think about the things that money can do. It's great to think about the freedom that money encompasses. It's great to feel good about thinking about money. And you're not using those words to actually bring it into your life. You're using those words to create a different emotion. An emotion that soothes you. An emotion that uplifts you. Which is why I always recommend to people to start their affirmations with I love, I enjoy, it's great. By using those words, you're not being too specific. Just feel this now. I would like lots and lots of money to flow into my life. Can you instantly feel the discomfort with that affirmation? What about this one? Every day money is flowing into my life. If it's not, can you feel the discomfort? It doesn't shift your vibration, it doesn't shift your emotional state. But by using words like this, I enjoy the feeling that money evokes within me. Feel that. Can you feel how it soothes you? It's great to think about the times that I've had money in my pocket and I've been able to do things that I've wanted to do. Feel the ease. I love thinking about having money just because it feels good. Just because it feels good, for no other reason. Just feel it. Can you feel the comfort? And that's the reason I use those affirmations, because they evoke emotions within you. And everything that's coming into your life is as a result of the emotions that you're experiencing and the thoughts that you are thinking. But if you can encompass a completely new and different emotional state, just by doing that for a short period of time, you'll begin to attract thoughts that feel as good as that emotional state. And after just a few days, or maybe even a week, or maybe 2 weeks, you'll begin to notice things beginning to shift. And I've had many people who've been sceptical and doubted this technique, but they've come back and said how amazing it was, how incredible things have happened, how incredible things have changed. I'm going to tell you a story about when a few years ago I wanted a holiday. I really needed a holiday. I've been working for many months and I just wanted a holiday. And I just thought in my head, I'd really like to go on holiday. It'd be great to go on holiday. I'd love to go on holiday. I can't do right now, but I'd love to go on holiday. And I thought nothing of it. Just carried on, and because my emotional state through the day is consistently good anyway, what I decided to do was to just let it go and just carry on with life. Anyway, Christmas was coming up, and the day after Christmas it was Boxing Day, and I went to my parents' home, and one of my friends was there, and he seemed quite disgruntled. And I said, "What's the matter?" He says, "Well, I've just bought a cruise for me and a friend to go on holiday, and they can't go, they're working." And I says, "I can go." And a week later I went on a cruise, and all it cost was £25 for a ticket change. And I've done that twice, and each time those holidays have come with no expense, no money. Money didn't even come into the equation. So even though I wasn't focused on money, even though all I thought about was how wonderful, how enjoyable it would be to go on holiday, the universe found a way. It brought a way to me, because I believed, because I trusted, because I soothed myself, because I created an emotional state of freedom, an emotional state of, well, I could if I wanted to, and that was it. And that was it. And that emotional state soothed me. That emotional state created ease within me. So, what I'd like you to do is to begin today. You don't have to use big inner dialogues like I've been using today. Just start today. Just start thinking about something that's creating discomfort within you. Whether it's money, whether it's a job, whether it's a situation with the family, or whether it's a situation with a particular person. And just begin to create an affirmation for yourself. Start first of all. I enjoy feeling the ease of my body. I enjoy feeling comfortable in my body. There's many times I've felt comfortable, and I enjoy that feeling. It soothes me. It feels good. I don't need to think about that situation right now. All I need to do is to focus on me, focus on how I want to feel. And I just want to feel that wonderful feeling of relief that soothes me, that creates harmony with me, that creates peace within me. And just those simple words directed in the direction of the subject that's bothering you, every single time you use them, when that subject comes up in your life, when that situation arises or that person arrives in your life, will begin to shift it. It's not specific, it's very general. But because it's general, that's why it's so effective. Because it will create an emotional feeling of ease around that subject, around that situation. And as you create that ease consistently, and it becomes more and more permanent within you, then that situation, as you observe it in life, will evoke that feeling of ease, that feeling of comfort. And to do that, in order to do that, it has to shift. It has to begin to change. Now, what many people do is they observe reality. They feel out of control. They feel this feeling of being out of control. They feel this feeling of, oh my God, what can I do? And then they observe reality, then they feel it, then they attract it, then they observe, then they feel it, then they attract it, then they observe, then they feel it, then they attract it. So people are continually creating what I like to call these victim states, where they feel completely out of control. Oh, it's the government. How can anything change? It's the government. Oh, it's religion. How can anything change? It's religion. It's the way it is. Oh, how can anything change? You know, there's no money in the world. How can anything change? And people continually evoke these feelings of being a victim, a feeling that life is out of their control, a feeling like a ship in a stormy sea being crashed into the rocks. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. You have the power at any point in time to change anything, because you have the power to think, and you have the power to feel. And what you think and feel in this very now moment can determine what comes into your life tomorrow or the day after that. But people choose not to do that. People think it's easier to just observe this reality and believe what's there. But how many times? Let's look at reality. Let's look at the beliefs that have created reality. If you listen to what statistics state, you wouldn't eat nothing. Cheese is bad for you, chicken's bad for you, beef's bad for you. And then the next week, beef's good for you, cheese is good for you. Nobody ever questions. Nobody ever turns around and says, well, how can they say that? That's a complete contradiction. And as you look through life, as you look through religious beliefs, as you look through culture, there's many, many contradictions. How can there be a recession when there's more money being earned today than yesterday? How can that be? There's more money in the world today than yesterday. That's the biggest contradiction of all. And when you look at it, when you look at these things that bother you, that allow you to feel out of control, that allow you to feel a victim, then you can see why people get what they're getting. People are not asking to have a car accident. People are not asking to break a leg. People are not asking to be in desperate situations. People are not asking to experience violence in their life and all those sorts of things. But what is happening is the things that are being observed are creating this feeling of helplessness, this feeling of being a victim, this feeling of not being in control. And when this happens, you begin to attract more and more experiences into your life where you are a victim, where you do feel helpless, where you do feel powerless to change anything. But the wonderful thing is, it doesn't matter how powerless you feel right now. It doesn't matter how helpless you feel right now. It doesn't matter how much you feel you're being swayed by the winds of life right now. You can change it, because you can change your thought. It is the only thing you can do. And as you change it, as you begin to feel better, as you begin to soothe yourself, as you begin to create better feeling emotions, then you will recognise how powerful you are. Then you will begin to see changes flowing into your life. Then you will recognise that you are the master of your life. You are the attractor of your experience, and that you create your reality. Now, I'm going to end this first part of the show at the moment, and in the interval there's going to be a testimonial shown, and it's a wonderful gentleman that utilised one of the techniques that was on the show last week, and he phoned in and he wanted to talk about his experience of what that technique done for him and how it's helped him. So I'm going to break now, and in the interval that testimonial will be there for you all to observe. So I'll see you in the second half of the show. Bye for now.
I just want to tell you about something that I experienced from the show last week. Last week, Mike was telling us how every morning before we get up, we should say to ourselves, something good's going to happen today. And for the first 2 days, I said that to myself every day. And I happened to see an advert on a shop window. Now, I go and play golf quite regularly, and I went up there to do a practice, and there was a sign on the window saying staff wanted. So I went in, I said, what about this job you've got going? And they said, okay. And they asked me some questions. Do you know about golf and all the rest? I said, of course, it's a game I absolutely love. So I left my name and address, and the next day, before I got up, I said to myself, something good's going to happen today. And sure enough, within half an hour, I got a phone call from this company saying, would you like to come in this afternoon and have an interview for this job? And I went along, and cut a long story short, I've got the job in doing something I absolutely love. I can do as much practice and training as I want. So there really was something good happening for me that day. And I just want to say thanks, Mike. Thanks very much.
Do you realise that you create your life? Do you realise the power that you have inside you? Do you realise the power of your thought? The power of your emotions? If you did, you'd be thinking more about things that allow you to feel good, things that soothe you, things that create a feeling of comfort within you, you would recognise that this reality that you're living is a reality that is created by you. It's a thought-based reality. And everything that you're experiencing is there because of something you've thought or felt or heard or observed. And if you truly begin to understand this, if you truly begin to learn this, then you can become the powerful creator that you are. The powerful creator that has the ability to bring any experience into your life, to bring any situation to a satisfactory conclusion. All that's required is for you to encompass the feeling, to encompass the thoughts that create the feeling of what it is that you want to experience. Nothing can be denied you. Nothing at all. In my years of working with people, everyone I've worked with has achieved what they've wanted, achieved their dreams. And all that's been required is to change their thoughts, to change the way they feel. And right now I'm here to help you to get to that place where you want to be. Nothing out there is wrong. There's nothing bad. There's nothing out there that's nasty or evil. Nothing can come to you unless you encompass the feeling of it first of all. It doesn't matter what it is. All life experience is a reflection of you, a reflection of what you are. You are consciousness. You are consciousness in this physical body, in this physical world. Thought never ceases to exist. Think about it. Think about how powerful it is that you can create your life through thought, through the power of your emotions. Think about the small things first of all. Think about making a cup of tea. Before you even get up and put the kettle on, there's thought. There's a thought that tells your body you require fluid. And that thought expands to let you know whether you want hot or cold drink. That thought then expands further to let you know whether you want tea or coffee. That thought expands further to whether you want milk or sugar. And all of this happens quickly. And then the impulse is there to get up and make that drink. That is how reality works. The fantastic buildings, the fantastic technology we have in life all began as a thought in someone's head. Thomas Edison used to say, he invented the first spark of electricity, created the first spark of electricity. He used to say, because 10,000 times he tried before he got it right. And when he was asked, didn't your failure put you down? He said no. There was just 9,999 times that didn't work. And that's it. He approached life in a completely unique way. He didn't focus on the problems of life. He didn't focus on the problems. He just trusted that there was a solution there, and then that solution would come to him. How many people have experienced insights through dreams or sleep? Newton had an apple fall on his head and discovered gravity. It all begins with thought. You send the desire out there, and then if you follow that thought with your emotions to the satisfaction of the completion of that, then your life can be magical. It is my promise to you, your life can be magical, as it has been for the many people I've worked with one-on-one, as it is for my life, as it has been for Steve, who you've just saw, who's just started on the road to that road of success, of satisfaction, of happiness, of joy. And he's so excited about what's happening. He's so excited now, filled to the brim, wanting to explore other things. And you can begin right now. These shows are here for you to begin to move forward to things that you want, rather than things that no longer serve you, that are no longer needed, that are no longer required. Anything you don't want, why choose to focus on it? and shift your awareness, shift your perception, because everything is about perception. Everything in life is about perception, and only you can perceive for you through your eyes, through your emotions, through your thoughts. Right, and now we come to the part of the show where I answer a question. Now, there was lots of emails last week, and I picked one of those questions to answer live on the show. And now we come to the part of the show for you, where I answer your questions, where I help you to get what you want. And there's been many emails this week, and I've chosen one of these, and I've actually spoken to the person in question to just clarify the question, but I'm going to read the question out on the show. Under your guidance, I've had the most amazing successes with the law of attraction, which brought me through a very difficult time and turned my life around. However, I've always had a dream and a vision that I own a cottage with some land to work from home and set up another animal sanctuary. Now, I'm speaking to Lynn from Wolverhampton, who sent in the question. She told me that she'd been visualising what she wanted, she's been encompassing the emotional state, and that she's been, appreciating where she lives to a certain degree. Now, the one thing I did ask Lynn was how she felt about money, how she felt about the situation that she was in before. And one of the things that was established that was for money for Lynn is a very difficult subject. It makes her feel very uncomfortable because a few years ago things were quite difficult for her, and a belief was created, a belief that's created this feeling of discomfort about money. And because one of the things that Lynn said was how or where it's going to come from, and because when we ask the questions how or where, we automatically think in situations with this about the money for that situation. Where's that money coming from? How's that money coming? Where do I get the resources to get this? That same discomfort is mixed in with that dream that she wants. So in those situations, I recommend people go general. I recommend people don't be so specific. So what I'm saying to you, Lynn, is to not be so specific about your dream. To not be so specific. And on speaking to you, you did say that you broadened your horizons and thought about other properties and thought about other places, but that's still too specific, because that's still evoking in you the feeling of discomfort that's associated with money, with the resources to actually get that dream in place. Because for most people to think of something like that, they instantly think, where's the money coming from? How's it coming? What will happen? So, what can you do? Well, this is what's the wonderful thing about the law of attraction. This is what's the wonderful thing about the power of thought. You don't need to think about what you want to get what you want. All you have to do is to encompass the emotional state of it. So if you can encompass the emotional state of that good feeling factor, of that wow factor, of that satisfying feeling of what you want is there, then it has no alternative but to arrive into your life. The universe has no alternative to bring those opportunities to you, and there are many, many different ways it could flow to you without the need for you to have to earn that money or raise that money. It could come through all sorts of options. So, what I'd recommend you do first of all is to start to work on you, to start to work on your journey. Because any journey, wherever you want to go, whether it's a brand new car, whether it's a brand new house, whether it's this sanctuary, it's all about the journey you take in here. The journey from the lack of it to the journey of the emotional state of having it. And when you get to that place of emotional state of having it, within a very short time it shows up in your experience. So what can you do? Well, go general. So, because money creates such a feeling of discomfort, let go of the feeling of money. So first thing to do is to just focus on you. Focus on the person that is you. The powerful creator that is you, Lynn. The powerful creator that is you. You've already utilised the power of thought and transformed your life completely. Turned your life around. And you did that through the power of your thought, through the power of creating those good feeling states. So right now, just enjoy the ease of your body. Just enjoy the knowledge of knowing that you've done that you trusted before, and you achieved what you wanted. You got what you wanted. And it felt good. It soothed you. Created ease within you. It created relief within you. Look for that feeling. Look for that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of calmness, that feeling of knowing and trusting that things are working out for you, that things are always working out for you, that wonderful things lie in store for you, that wonderful things lie for you right now in this moment, and that you can create any feeling that you want. You can create any situation that you want just through the power of your thought. So start speaking words to you, start talking to yourself in a different way. Instead of focusing on that dream, just focus on the satisfaction of the person that is you. Focus on the ease of your body, focus on the comfort of your body, focus on the ease of which life flows to you. Focus on the ease of the experiences of life that flow into your experience. Focus on you being in the flow. Focus on you moving with that flow, moving to better feeling states, to better feeling emotions, to better feeling thoughts. Because everything's a thought. Everything is a mirror of you. Everything is a mirror of your emotional state. So begin to soothe yourself. Money's not important. You can let go of the thought of money. Money's not required to feel good. Money's not required to feel satisfied. All that's required is for you. You to think better thoughts. You to feel better emotions. And it starts right now from that place of calmness. That place of ease. That place of relief. Every time that thought comes into your head, just think, it's taken care of. It's taken care of. I can let go. I can feel the ease. I can feel the relief. I can feel the trust just flowing through me. It's not important. I can feel the satisfaction of what I want being there right now. I can feel the satisfaction of everything that I want being there right now. I can feel the satisfaction of knowing that everything is working out for me. That everything is working out for me. That everything is working out for me. And it feels delightful. It feels incredible. It feels amazing. It feels good to be in this now moment thinking these thoughts. It feels good to be in this now moment just enjoying them just because they feel good. It feels good to feel the relief of just letting it go and trusting the universe to take the details. It's not my job to know where or how. It's my job to just enjoy the feeling of satisfaction, the feeling of wonderment, the feeling of excitement, the feeling of passion, the feeling of exhilaration. It's not your job to create that. Your thoughts do that. And the universe sorts the detail. So just enjoy that feeling. Just trust. And when those thoughts pop in, it's all taken care of. Everything is working out for me. All is well. Everything is fine. There's nothing wrong. And as you create more and more of those emotional states, as you create more and more of those emotional states that feel good, as they become consistently your new vibrational point, your new emotional set point, then more and more of the things that you want begin to flow into your life. More and more evidence begins to show up. You may see someone or meet someone who's living the life that you want. And just appreciate it. Just acknowledge it. Just say, that's wonderful. That's showing how close it is in my life. How close it is coming to me. Because the universe is giving you observations, giving you insights into the clarity of what you want, letting you know that whether you want it, if you want it, then you focus on it all the more. So that you can be more clear. So that you can be aware of more of the detail. So just enjoy the feeling of it just because it feels good. Forget the manifestation. Let go of the physical reality. Because physical reality is just an expression of thought anyway. And now we're coming to the end of the show. And what I'd like to do is thank everyone for joining in. I'd like to thank people for sending their questions in. And I'd like to invite you to send emails in. I'd like to invite you to contact me, to send video questions in to the website that's down the bottom of the screen now, the email address. And please This is an interactive show. It's there for you. It's there to help you to get what you want. It's there to help you to attract your dreams. You are powerful creators. You have a powerful mind with powerful thoughts, and you can live the life of your dreams. Miracles do happen with one good thought, and it can start for you right now, here, today. Bye now.